1600s maybe a bit later, 1700s. But they were the first ones let in. Then afterwards they kicked them all out. But then even then they would have been coming in this image, man, because this thing got put up. This became a power structure all over the planet Earth, man. Go on.
And it says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Yeah, the kings of the earth. Man, everyone, you know, if you talk against America, even Iran's upset because America put fucking embargoes on them and told everyone else not to trade with them, man. That trade, that making money, that's what they're upset about. Because they basically want to be able to make that money, man. That global trade. That's why everyone's upset with Trump.
Have you guys seen the Louis?
Yeah, man.
It's the same.
Yeah. You know,
are you guys Christian?
No, we follow the Bible. We follow the
Old Testament, New Testament,
the whole Bible. But we, you know, if you read the Bible, you know about the verse.
No, I used to read it in RS, religious studies and stuff. I tend to avoid this kind of stuff. I just think it's like I don't believe. Well, you know, I personally don't believe in any religion, but.
Well, you know what? We don't believe in any religion either, mate. Not these ones you got out there.
But this is the Bible.
Yeah, but okay, so you know, the thing is like, what does the Bible actually say? That's what I'm saying.
I tend not to read stuff that was written by people.
Yeah, well, okay, guess what, man? Regardless of what you're doing, you're going to be listening, because if you know...
There's a lot of good stuff in it.
Well, there's a lot of good stuff in it.
There's also a lot of bad stuff. When we're having a Pride Festival, there's a lot of stuff that's quite like offensive to...
God doesn't care about offenses. The thing is
how many gods are there in the world? How many different people think they know what a god is?
Yeah, but bro, this is the thing. What I'm saying is I'll make it nice and simple so you can understand. The thing is, this is all that really matters. If the Bible's true, then, well, yeah, that's it. If the Bible's true, then what's going to happen to you, man? That's what you should be thinking about. But that's the angle I'm coming from. I'm like, okay, so the Bible's true. Then that means that all this Pride Festival.
You guys being passionate about it. I admire that.
Yeah, well, this is what the thing you should be thinking about, man. Think about what if there is a God, and what if He doesn't like you, what you do? Because then, if he has the power to create you, to control everything that's going on, then man, if he's unhappy with you, that's going to be a real bad day when he decides.
I think I treat people pretty well without necessarily adhering to any specific religion.
Okay, well, I can tell you that.
Yeah, but like,
I've got a scenario for you. Oh no, I've got a scenario. My name is John, mate. My name's John. Yeah, but look, John. Anyway, this is look, man. In Yemen, you got little kids getting blown up by British.
Shit, that's fucking shit.
But listen. The British government sold them those F-16s to Saudi Arabia, which they're now using to blow up kids. Is it going all right for those kids in Yemen getting blown up by British F-16s?
Yeah, well, what does this have to do with anything? I don't know.
You said like that we're doing all right without following after anything. Well, I'm saying for those kids. I didn't say that. That's your exact words. You said we're doing all right.
We ain't gonna agree on this. I hope you guys have a great day.
Hey, bro, what I'm saying to you is it going all right for those kids getting blown up? So it's not going all right for everyone.
And they're Muslims, right? But it doesn't matter that they're Muslims. That,
No, it does, bro. It don't matter. The thing is, all that matters is they're getting blown up by F-16s.
Right, this is gonna help it,
bro. This is gonna help everything. Don't worry. This is actually the grand purpose. Come on, man. Everything ain't going all right, man. Why the hell is there a homeless problem? Let's talk about London. Why the fuck is it almost impossible for guys in their late 20s, early 30s to find a fucking place to live in London? Because the fucking house prices are too high. Oh my God, stop doing that. What's up, my man?
How you doing, brother? You right? What is it you have to talk about?
We're talking about the Bible, man. What do you believe in, mate? Do you believe in the Bible? Or?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Well, so you Christian?
No, Muslim.
Okay. So, well, the thing is we don't deal with the Quran or Islam. It doesn't agree with the Bible.
Oh, so you don't deal with it?
No, we're not Muslims, man. We don't deal with it.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to know why you actually...
Yeah, we're teaching, you know, if you know about the Bible, you know about a man named Jacob in the Bible.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you know, he got his name changed to Israel, and he had 12 sons, and they became a nation. We're basically from that man Jacob. We descend from it, man. We're his children, far down the line, man. So we make up the nation of Israel. And we're basically trying to wake up our people to who they are and to what their purpose is, which is to basically serve the Lord. That's what we're doing.
Alright, brother. Thanks for your time.
18. You're going to continue on 18.
Where shall I start?
3.
Verse 3. Revelations 18 and verse 3. For all nations are drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Yeah, I said the kings of the earth have committed fornication, man. That fornication with the beast, that's basically all them business trade deals with America, man. A lot of these countries, a big way they make money is off America. You go to China. The only reason people are like, oh, China, blah, 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 blah. But the only reason China's doing big is because they basically own a lot of American debt. They make a lot of money off the American consumer market. So if America goes kaput, China ain't gonna fall apart. Hey man, that petrol dollar, a lot of guys, energy wise, they have to deal with that petrol dollar, man. And that's back in America. So basically America is like the cornerstone of how everyone out here makes some money, man. Them dollars. Everyone using them dollars to make money, to live good out here. That's all countries you go to, man. They have to deal with America. So, that's prophecy in the scriptures again, man. Proven again, man. What you got? Nah, continue on, man.
Psalm 64.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Yeah, you got, Samsung, LG, Huawei, fucking Foxtech. Let's think of some more Asian ones, man. I think it's Sharp, Mitsubishi, Hitachi, all these Asian brands. They got big. All them TVs getting sold. They're getting sold in the fucking West. People that you need that fucking humongous market. These Americans are a bunch of fucking consuming assholes, man. Them guys will buy like 7 TVs, put 3 TVs in the car,
And 12 tablets.
These guys are some fucking retards, man. Holy shit. It's funny, it's like you go back to the time of the, before like 2008 when the housing bubble crashed. People had like 5-6 houses just to have them, man. A bunch of fucking idiots. What the fuck are you gonna have 6? You're gonna have 6 houses. You're thinking not even doing anything with it. You're gonna have some empty ass houses. That's how fucking stupid and consumer focused these Americans are, man. But then you got these Americans coming around the planet Earth thinking they're gonna school everyone like they're the smartest guys on the planet. Americans are fucking stupid, man. Americans are some of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet Earth. That's why they're being carted like sheep through into, these guys are getting all upset about Trump, but you don't understand there's a deep state. That fucking deep state. There's a deep state that's controlling Trump, man. Come on, man. Fucking deep state. Innit? That's the funniest shit. That's the deep state.
That's so mysterious, isn't it?
Deep state.
No.
Deep state, man. Innit? Yeah, just it's just what the fuck is a deep state?
Oh, it's
underground or something, man.
Oh,
We'll get back to it, man.
Deep state mafia.
And it's just so you know, the man, just a scream and you just get a shadowy face. Just there, the deep state. Come on, man.
Deep throat.
Deep throat. Ah, shit, God. That was very
Verse 5.
deep throat.
Shit.
That's fucked up.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities.
Yeah, the sins have reached onto heaven. Because these guys are all making that money. But what's that money being made of? A big part of that, it's like, that pride parade's just one part of it. Because you go into the sins of the so-called white man, but we can deal with just America. If we deal, we can deal with just the first like 20 years of America, and there's enough there. Just you can put the so-called white man away forever. Throw the key away. Do not let him breathe, and then just turn the oven on, mate. That's just off them first like few years. This guy went to Americas, man. Went to the Americas. What happened to the Americas, man? There was some people over there, man. Peace. There was this nice little island that they called Hispaniola. There were some lovely little people over there, from the northern kingdoms of Israel. They nurtured these guys. They looked after them. Gave them hella gold, hella jewel. They, make my rich up. But then what happened, man? They got fucking annihilated, man. The whole entire island of Hispaniola that this bastard, what's his name again? Cristobal Colon, man. Cristobal Colon, man. That Cristobal, he went over there with that sword and he annihilated them tribes.
I got a precept. Psalm 55 and 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be with peace with him. He hath broken his covenant.
Yeah, he's put forth his hands against those he's meant to be at peace with. That's how this so-called white man gets out.
More on this?
What's up, mate?
Can you explain the Colleagues?
The 12 tribes of Israel.
Oh, okay.
Well, have you read the Bible at all?
Yeah.
Do you know a guy called Jacob in the Bible?
Yeah, of course, I know.
Yeah, so he had 12 sons, yeah?
Yeah.
And then he got his name changed to Israel, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, we're the descendants of that man.
Okay.
We're that nation, Israel. That's who we are. So we're out here basically teaching our people who they are, because they don't know who they are. And teaching them what they're meant to be doing, which is serving the Lord, and telling everyone else what's going to happen in the future times, man.
Okay, go ahead. Take.
I got more. And it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart.
Yeah, man.
His words were soft.
You know what? Go back to thingy, man. Go into Revelation. Okay. Because I don't want to get into all that.
Verse 5 of Revelation 18. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities.
That's it. The Lord, the thing is a lot of the people right now walking around, these guys they're not even trying to deal with any of, the history of, let's go to the British Empire, man. What the fuck was the British Empire doing, man? People say, oh, remember the Empire. And they fucking do remember the Empire. When people get knighted over in the United Kingdom, what title do they get? They get the Order of the British Empire, or OBE, MBE. It's all based on the British Empire. So that's still getting used to this day. But then what did the British Empire do, man? You can do, we could just deal with what they did in China. Them guys went to China. Esau's the devil, man. This guy went there, and what was it for? It went to China, India, basically fucked these guys up. I think this guy's filming us, man. He thinks he's super sly, bro.
No filming me.
But they went over there, basically, they were meant to be trading with the Chinese, but then after a point, I think the Chinese, there was one of the leaders, he was basically like, fuck these white people. Which, it's funny, there's a history. It's like Esau comes over, starts dealing with people, and then all these nations after a while realize, fuck these white people. But then afterwards, these white people think, you saying fuck us? Then they come in and just fucking start murdering them, man. Left, right, and center.
John 10 and 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
That's you look in the history of the so-called white man, a hell of a lot of theft, man. Why in the fuck is Tutankhamun's fucking sarcophagus in England, in fucking London, man? What the hell is that? That nigga's some Hamite, man. Some lanky leg Hamite. What the hell is he?
Plane.
Flew
all the way to the UK.
Man got on one of them planes, man. was fucking. They tied him. They put him in a big wooden box with a bunch of fucking wood shavings. Tied that shit down and then flew that nigger over to fucking England. So they could be like, wow, this guy's musty ass skeletons are there, decaying and
so
shit.
dead.
The nigga's dead. There's skin coming off his bones.
He's reincarnated, come back, gone.
Yeah, he's come back and looked at himself, man.
Yeah.
Innit? And then after he popped the earth after.
Yeah, man. Fucking, that's, that means that at some point a theft happens. God damn.
Yeah, because who's right?
Well, gone.
Whose right is it to sell that, man?
Yeah, it's some motherfucker's goddamn books. That's the remains. That's the remains of your fucking ancestors. Yeah. This guy's like, oh hell no. That's why the body of Moses had to get moved up, man.
Yeah.
Lord's like, these guys are gonna be. It's like what with the head of Geronimo, the skull of Geronimo. Man held on to his head, man, because they believed they're getting powers from that. Geronimo, there was that time they chased him into the cave. Then they're waiting outside. Then after, I think it was 3 days, they went in the cave. They're like, yo, he's not even here. The Lord had him whisked him out of there, man. Now Geronimo was getting in. You got what? There's a good film, a beautiful film, man, on Geronimo, man. Because basically it's like, they basically said like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be peaceable. Then Esau just being the devil.
Once he said the name.
Oh, what, the film? This is called Geronimo, 1993 Geronimo.
Alright, cool. Alright. Yeah, my daughter.
Who's reading? Okay, yeah.
And the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly.
The thing is like these guys are trying to make it so that it's like this image is where you're meant to be getting that life more abundantly. But then what's been done in the name of this image, man? And we can go back. There's the colonization of America. That was done in this image. America was colonized, and what does that mean? That means that really a bunch of so-called Native American Indians, Seminoles, all these different tribes, they got massacred. And them guys were saying, doing it, for the good of this image. So, what's that? That means that death, destruction, murder, that's what's being done in the name of this image. They ain't, where's the life, man? People, you go back, this image is up in the Roman Catholic Church. What goes on in the Roman Catholic Church? Them guys, you got the Pope saying, yeah, we know there's a problem with pedophilia in the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church in South America, in fucking Australia, in fucking Italy, all over the planet Earth. Why the hell are there a bunch of priests having sex with small children, man?
Immune from judgment.
Yeah, them guys, and a guy gets found out. They literally have the guy's name. They have him there, and they say, okay, he's getting, he's no longer allowed to do, to basically, he's no longer allowed to be a priest. What the hell is happening? Like, what the hell is that?
Finding semen at sea.
The thing is as well is they're not even facing the law. That's because that's one of them free unclean frogs, man. That's one of the pinnacle power structures that Roman Catholic, that basically controlling the religious power of this empire, man.
Which realistically would mean that they can put forth their own law. Yeah? And if they're meant to be about the scripture, man, they should put that man to death.
Yeah, for real. You're talking about this guy was like, he just, he had sex with like 27 young boys over the course of 37 years. He was, he's getting it the fuck in. And the thing is as well, is a lot of, you find out a lot of these guys that are being homosexuals are coming out. They're like, I had an uncle and he used to have sex with me. That's why a lot of these girls that turn into sluts, they have like some creepy uncle or some criminal family friend come round and start slamming them in when they're like 8 years old and shit. That's not even a new story. You go into a lot of these celebrities as well that say, when I was young I had an uncle. The motherfucker's dead. They're 50 years old. The motherfucker's dead. That's the only time they can start talking. He used to come around. He used to touch me. He would play with my titties. What the fuck's going on? But then you got these white boys trying to say everything's going all right without the law. Bruv, what the fuck is all right about a bunch of little girls and little boys getting molested by family members? That's fucking completely off.
Getting put in foster care and getting molested more.
Yeah. You go into that foster care system, you had a lot of guys coming out the thing is as well as the guys that were coming out talking against that, they couldn't even show their faces. A lot of these guys going on news shows, they couldn't even show their faces, man. You had, I think it was this week, man. Earlier in the week, there was that the football coach, man, that got arrested. He said like he got 22 years, I think it was, for like having sex with a bunch of little boys, man, whilst he was a football coach, man.
What's wrong with you, man?
So then that's what's going on in the society. These guys are basically trying to make it a normal thing, where it's just a bunch of kids getting molested. But that's